Chosen ones listen carefully, because not every warning comes loudly. Some arrive as a quiet feeling you can't explain, a sense that something isn't right even when everything looks normal on the surface. Be careful, because you are not overthinking this. You are not imagining it. You are noticing patterns, and patterns don't lie. There is someone around you whose energy doesn't match their words. They smile in front of you but carry a different intention behind your back. They ask questions that seem harmless, yet somehow they always want to know more than they should. Pay attention to that, not with fear but with awareness. You see, one of the most powerful abilities you have is intuition. It doesn't always speak logically, but it observes everything. The tone in someone's voice, the inconsistency in their behavior, the way they react when you succeed, these are signals. And right now, your awareness is picking up on something real. But here's where most people make a mistake. They ignore it. They silence their instincts just to keep peace. They convince themselves they're being negative, or they give repeated chances to people who have already shown their true nature. And slowly, that hesitation costs them their energy, their focus, and sometimes even their progress. Understand this clearly. Not everyone around you is meant to grow with you. Some people are placed in your life as lessons, not companions. And when you begin to elevate, when your mindset shifts, your goals become bigger, and your direction becomes clearer, you will naturally attract attention. Not all of it is supportive. There are individuals who are uncomfortable with your growth. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because your progress reflects what they are not willing to become. Instead of improving themselves, they try to study you, question you, or even subtly discourage you. It's not always obvious. Sometimes it's hidden behind jokes, small doubts, or disguised concern. This is why awareness matters more than reaction. You don't need to confront everyone. You don't need to announce what you see. Silence in this situation is not weakness, it is strategy. When you understand someone's intentions, you adjust your distance, not your purpose. Protect your energy. Not everyone needs access to your plans, your next moves, or your personal thoughts. The more focused you become, the more selective you must be, because your environment directly affects your mindset, and your mindset shapes your results. And remember this: being careful does not mean becoming fearful. It means becoming wise. It means learning to observe before you trust, to listen before you speak, and to recognize actions over words. You are not here to be distracted. You are not here to be pulled into unnecessary drama or hidden negativity. You are here to move forward, to grow, to build something meaningful. So if you've been feeling that quiet signal, don't ignore it. Strengthen your awareness. Stay calm, stay focused, and most importantly, stay private. Because not everyone who watches you is supporting you. Some are watching, trying to figure you out, and now you see it clearly. This speech highlights how intuition serves as an internal guidance system that detects inconsistencies in people and situations. From an educational perspective, it explains that the brain subconsciously processes patterns, tone, and behavior even when we are not consciously analyzing them. Inspirationally, it encourages individuals to trust these inner signals rather than dismiss them, understanding that awareness is a form of protection and wisdom. A key message is that actions consistently reveal true intentions more accurately than spoken words. Educationally, this teaches critical observation skills, evaluating behavior over time instead of relying on single interactions. Inspirationally, it empowers individuals to make informed decisions in relationships by focusing on consistency, honesty, and alignment between words and actions. The speech emphasizes the necessity of setting boundaries to maintain focus and emotional stability. From an educational standpoint, it introduces the concept of emotional energy as a limited resource that must be managed wisely. Inspirationally, it encourages individuals to limit access to their plans, thoughts, and personal growth journey, ensuring that their environment supports rather than disrupts their progress. Instead of reacting impulsively to negative or suspicious behavior, the speech promotes calm observation and strategic response. Educationally, this develops emotional intelligence and self-control. Inspirationally, it teaches that strength is not shown through confrontation, but rather through inner strength, resilience, and character. but through composure, clarity, and the ability to move wisely without unnecessary conflict. There are moments in life when something feels off, even if you cannot immediately explain why. This subtle awareness is often dismissed as overthinking, yet it plays a critical role in decision-making and personal safety. Intuition is not a random feeling, it is the result of your mind processing past experiences, observations, and patterns at a deeper level. Your brain constantly gathers information, tone of voice, body language, inconsistencies, and forms impressions long before your conscious mind catches up. When you feel that quiet sense of discomfort, it is often your inner system signaling that something requires attention. From an educational perspective, intuition can be understood as a form of rapid, experience-based judgment. It works by connecting current situations with stored knowledge, allowing you to detect mismatches between what is being presented and what is actually occurring. This is why certain behaviors or interactions may trigger unease without clear evidence. Ignoring these signals repeatedly can lead to poor decisions, as it means overlooking valuable internal feedback that is designed to guide you. However, trusting intuition does not mean reacting impulsively or assuming the worst about others. It means pausing, observing, and giving yourself space to evaluate the situation more carefully. By acknowledging your inner signals, you create an opportunity to respond with awareness rather than confusion. This balance between intuition and thoughtful reflection strengthens your ability to navigate complex social situations. Inspirationally, learning to trust your intuition builds confidence and independence. It reduces reliance on external validation and encourages you to value your own perception. Over time, as you begin to see how often your instincts align with reality, your trust in yourself deepens. This self-trust becomes a powerful asset, helping you make wiser choices, protect your energy, and move forward with greater clarity and assurance. In many interactions, words are often used to create impressions, but it is behavior over time that reveals genuine intent. People can say the right things in the moment, offer reassurance, or present themselves positively, yet their actions may tell a different story. This is why relying only on what is said can lead to confusion. True understanding comes from observing patterns, how consistently someone behaves, how they respond under pressure, and whether their actions align with their promises. From an educational perspective, recognizing patterns is a key skill in critical thinking and social awareness. It requires attention to detail and the ability to evaluate information over time rather than making quick judgments based on isolated events. For example, a single mistake may not define a person, but repeated inconsistencies can indicate a deeper issue. By focusing on patterns, individuals learn to distinguish between occasional behavior and habitual tendencies. This reduces the risk of misinterpretation and leads to more accurate assessments of people and situations. It is also important to understand that patterns often appear subtly. They may show up in small actions, missed commitments, changing attitudes, or differences in how someone behaves in private versus in public. These details, when observed consistently, form a clearer picture of a person's character and intentions. Ignoring them can result in misplaced trust, while recognizing them allows for better decision-making. Inspirationally, learning to prioritize actions over words empowers individuals to take control of their relationships, environment. It encourages a shift from blind trust to informed trust, where respect and connection are built on consistency and authenticity. This awareness strengthens confidence because decisions are no longer based on assumptions but on observable reality. Over time, this approach helps create healthier boundaries, stronger connections, and a more stable path forward. Protecting your energy is one of the most important forms of self-discipline, yet it is often overlooked because it is not visible like physical effort or measurable like financial progress. Energy in this context refers to your mental focus, emotional stability, and attention. Every conversation you engage in, every person you allow close access, and every situation you involve yourself in either strengthens or drains that energy. When too much of it is given away without awareness, clarity begins to decrease, focus becomes scattered, and progress slows down. From an educational perspective, boundaries act as a psychological filter that determines what you allow into your mental and emotional space. Without boundaries, external influences can easily shape your thoughts, decisions, and mood. This is why individuals who lack boundaries often feel overwhelmed or distracted. They are constantly reacting to external input instead of directing their own path. Learning to protect your energy is essentially learning to manage attention, because where your attention goes, your life direction follows. Protecting your energy does not mean isolating yourself or avoiding people. It means being intentional about access. Not everyone needs to know your plans, your struggles, or your next steps. Oversharing can sometimes create unnecessary pressure, misunderstanding, or even silent resistance from others. By being selective, you preserve mental space for what truly matters: growth, planning, and execution. Inspirationally, strong boundaries create a sense of inner stability. You begin to feel more in control of your emotions and less affected by external noise. This clarity allows you to move with purpose instead of confusion. Over time, you realize that protecting your energy is not about distancing yourself from the world, but about staying aligned with your goals despite the world. It becomes a form of quiet strength, one that supports long-term success, confidence, and peace of mind. When all of these ideas come together, a clear understanding begins to form. Your inner guidance, your ability to observe patterns, and your discipline in protecting your energy are all connected parts of the same foundation: self-awareness. Life becomes much clearer when you stop relying only on surface-level impressions and start paying attention to deeper signals, consistent behavior, and the impact your environment has on your mindset. Trusting intuition helps you recognize what feels right and what doesn't, even before logic fully explains it. Observing patterns allows you to separate truth from appearance by focusing on consistent actions over temporary words. Protecting your energy ensures that your focus, emotions, and attention are not constantly pulled in directions that do not support your growth. Together, these principles create a strong internal system for making better decisions and maintaining stability in uncertain situations. The real transformation happens when you begin applying these lessons consistently. You become more selective with your trust, more aware of your surroundings, and more intentional with your time and attention. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond with clarity. Instead of being influenced easily, you begin to influence your own direction with purpose. Ultimately, this is about developing inner strength and wisdom. When you learn to listen to your intuition, recognize patterns, and protect your energy, you build a life that is guided by awareness rather than confusion. And in that awareness, you find something powerful: calm, confidence, clearer judgment, and the ability to move forward without losing yourself in the noise around you.